Hello everybody, and welcome back to Neptune Springs. We're here again with, I'll say Kerbal Space Program. We're here today with Space Engineers, and as I said in the last episode of the last series, the economy update just came out. Whoa, okay, that's not the one. It came out 2 days ago, on the 22nd or 23rd. And I wanted to restart the save, and so we can play around with the economy update and have everything spawn in correctly. I believe you could go through and have everything spawn in on the old save, have things, you know, still spawn in, but I figured it'd be nice to start fresh and have everything spawn in the way it was kind of meant to spawn in rather than after the fact. I'm on the roof now. I don't know how to get off the roof now. But I'm gonna stop doing that because I'm getting sick. Okay. Yeah, I'm just stuck on walls and stuff. Anyway, so I figured we'd give it a new start, but since we did spend the entire last series just making our way into space, I figured, you know, it was only appropriate to start this one in space and give everything a proper try. I figured that'd be a good way to start out rather than starting back on the planet and having to make our way back out into space. So here we are. Our flight seat, as usual I guess, has automatic rifle and some ammo, and part of the new update, of course, we have our data pad. So we're going to go ahead and take that and see what it has to say. I used to visit this place on a regular basis during my engineering days. They always had some good deals available. Go see if they are still at it. Use GPS. Let's go ahead and make a GPS marker of that. DVCS station. Turn that on our head so we don't quite yet. Right ourselves. Oh my god, that's so far away. Back right side up. I guess it's a good idea to kind of figure out where we are. And these mag boots are kind of getting on my nerves a bit. And we'll just zoom out here and kind of use this. Okay. Well, I see. This is already going to be different from our last game, as we're not on. Is that like a gas giant? I honestly don't know what that planet is. But this game is going to be vastly different because... Actually, that might be Earth. It's very, very green. Like, oddly green. So I guess that must be Earth. Interesting. But our goal for now is going to be trying to get to that station so we can check out the what the new update has to hold for us, as, you know, of course the stations are a primary part of that update. So we're going to not quite make a beeline for it, but we're going to start heading relatively towards it. We're going to stop by a few asteroids and see if we can find materials to help us out along our way, but we're overall going to be heading over there, which I guess 150 kilometers isn't that far. It's just on the other side of the planet. It's semi-unfortunate, but it's not the problem. First stop. If you watch the other series, you'll know we just got into space and we had a ship. It wasn't the worst ship I've ever made, and the design was starting to grow on me, and I put some good thought into kind of just transferring that ship over to this. Okay, we're just gonna use a jetpack. Transfer it over to this save for use as our starter ship instead of this thing, but we had a lot of materials on that ship and a lot of time spent on it. Good, you know, the refinery, the assembler, and all that stuff. So I figured that'd be kind of cheating. You know, we already, you know, having all that, we have most of the starting game out of the way, and while it'd be nice to have be already deeper into the game than having to go through all the beginning grind of finding resources and getting everything set up. That's part of the purpose of the economy update, the stations. I want to see how that affects your early game start, and if we can get up to speed a little bit faster by taking advantage of the new space stations and what they have to offer. So that is my reasoning behind not bringing that along into the save with us and starting this new respawn ship, as well as it'd be nice. This is a new challenge starting in space, not not on the planet where we already have oxygen and everything all taken care of. We're gonna have to worry about finding ice to keep our oxygen supplies up, as well as to generate fuel for our jetpack and possibly even energy, because we can't use wind turbines out here in space, obviously. At least I don't think we can. I've never tried it. It would make sense that you can. However, in a game I was playing with a buddy of mine, we started a base underground, and wind turbines actually work underground. So I don't know. Maybe you can trick the wind turbines by building them in an asteroid or something like that. I honestly don't know. Ooh, what is this? I don't think that's more. It's just a discoloration. It was really thin there. So, might play around with trying to see if we can trick the wind turbines to work, but that'll be a little bit later in the game after we have our power source sorted out, which is going to have to be either solar panels or getting a hydrogen engine working. Which, I mean, a hydrogen engine is it's an okay solution, but it burns through a ton of ice, and I don't know if I want to be constantly feeding it and then flowing that into batteries to keep a station or ship working. Ideally, we're going to want to find uranium and get a reactor going to power everything. Ooh. Well, will you look at that? I couldn't have planned it better myself. Starting after the idea. That's impressive. However, like I said, our goal is to get over to the station over there, 150 kilometers out, so not us staying around this deposit for very long. We're mine out as much as we can get out. Is this the uranium? Yes, it is. But as you've probably noticed, I'm pretty sure this is with the new update. This is dizzying. They changed the color of the ore deposits on your HUD, which I kind of actually enjoy. Oh my god! Give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just going to say, I tried to turn down the sound volume a little bit because the whole thing is so loud. I know there's mods that adjust that better, but I don't know. I very much enjoy just doing plain vanilla games. This is easier, and plus they generally put a lot less load on your system, which, like, I'm off a laptop right now, so like I don't need loading necessary. Like I was saying, they changed the color of the ore deposits, which I enjoy. The white, it blended in with everything too well, and it didn't really stand out if you're like flying in a ship and there's this white ore deposits popping up all over the place. I feel like the yellow kind of pops at you a little bit better, gets your attention. So I like that. It might be nice if you can actually like choose the color that your ore deposits pop up as, and as well as other GPS markers. That can be cool updates that they put in. it's by no means necessary, just like a little quality of life, and I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mod for it already, if not really the. But yeah, we're just gonna mine up as much of this as we can get. As you can see, you don't get a lot of it in a go, so I don't know how big it is, but we're not gonna get a ton of uranium from it. So that's okay. We'll just get what we can, and that'll be more than all the uranium we found in the last game. So it's already a pretty good improvement on where we were before. So I'm just gonna mine at this for a little while, get as much as we can, because like I was saying, we're probably not gonna be coming back to this area. We want to be going towards the space station. Maybe not too close, because I don't want to, you know, be relying on it. But I want to be close enough that we can maybe like go out to it once or twice an episode might be our rule, so we're not overly utilizing it. Of course, it all just depends on how all the mechanics work. But we want to get out there so we can actually take advantage and show off the new gameplay that the stations kind of add to the game. Okay, so I'm not gonna make y'all. Okay, hello. It blends in very well. I'm not gonna make y'all just sit here and watch me mine out this uranium ore. As you can see, it is taking quite a while. I've only got less than just under 2,000 kilograms of it. So I'll go ahead and just put a pause in the video here, and I'll bring y'all back once I'm full, or gone through this entire deposit, or whatever else really comes up. If anything exciting happens, I'll see y'all when I bring y'all back. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm just finishing up here at the uranium deposit. Not sure if they found them when y'all are still watching, but a couple of these little transports popped up. Okay. Well, there was a transport right there in front of us. A couple of those popped up and came and went, you know. It was basically the new factions and NPCs showing their faces, so I wasn't sure if that had popped up before I had gone off to mine the uranium or not, but just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention as part of the new update. Before it was just the space pirates basically that were spawning ships, but now there's the other factions that are in the game now that also have ships. I believe they're all the same classes, so it's just dependent on which faction it is. You can see here's all the new factions that are in there. I haven't found these yet, and I found these guys only because their ships were flying nearby, so it's kind of like I sent the ships, so we met the factions kind of, but not really. Does that make sense at all? Our industrial equipment and trained personnel bring you the finest quality ores and gas for the best price. Sounds fun. So now we're just gonna start heading over to the station. Like I said, I wanted to kind of get that going. Probably make a station of our own, like 50, 75 kilometers out from it. Maybe a little bit closer, maybe like 40, 50. Something like that. Something that's far enough that we're not like directly beside them, but like close enough that we can, like I mentioned before, we can go and we can visit and do contracts and missions for them and whatnot. I'm still going to go and check out these little asteroids on the way and make sure we can find whatever resources we need. I think currently we can only find stone in this thing, but you know, I'll probably, while we're drifting, I'll make some modifications and put a basic refinery and assembler on here so we can kind of make a few more parts, bits and bobs. And not necessarily because I want to keep this ship, but just so that we have a basis for developing a station or a ship of our own. We might just cannibalize this one and build off of it. Oh, I thought that was like a resource. It was the planet below. Yeah, so we'll probably cannibalize off of this one. It's got some good components, good engines and whatnot on it. So we'll probably just build off of it or cannibalize it. I think I have respawn ships to delete, maybe? I don't know. So it might not even stay, which is my big concern. So I don't know if building off it's the wisest idea. Oh wow, there's a lot more little asteroids here than I was expecting. One of these small ones. They don't generally have resources on them though. I mean, I guess you can just run through them with like a large ship drill, or a large drill ship. Or even a small one, I guess, and just get all the stone out of them and clear the area. Although it also leaves a lot of room for you to miss small particles that are still going to be there, and they'll tear your ships to pieces. It's because the game gets a little bit confused, but that's fine. Iron. Hello. Ooh, hello. Lots of iron. Okay, let's add a GPS meter here. Just because I want to keep track of this. But I know we can't quite refine it yet, so we get a basic refinery. Same with the uranium. I think we need actually a regular full-size refinery for the uranium. I can't remember for sure. Yeah, good iron deposit. Hopefully we find some good asteroids like these when we get closer to the station, because... Oh. Did I already dig out? Is this a really thin asteroid? Or oh, I just dug a weird tunnel. Okay, that's fair. Wasn't using the best technique. But as you can probably see, mining in space is kind of difficult. But it's a little messy too. You can get these particles all over the place, and of course, and it slows down your system because there's a bunch of particles to load in. But it's not too bad, and that's why the trash collection removal system is a thing. I don't know which way I came from. Respawn, so I came from that way probably. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more exploring on this asteroid before I head back to the ship and drop everything off, just so I can see if I can find anything else. If I know whether or not I need to come back out and mine a little bit more, if we can just head out from here. Man, I can't believe the luck just finding that asteroid and just the first or the uranium on that first asteroid there. Ooh. This is very, very dark. I cannot see a thing. Okay, whew, that was kind of scary actually. Cannot see. This is interesting. We're gonna go deeper. Is this the inside of asteroid, or is it just like a very large crater? I don't know. Okay, it looks like it's just a very large crater. I really like this. It's a little creepy. Ooh, this might be the inside though. That looks like an exit. I love the asteroids like this. They just have all these little tunnels and openings and rooms in them. Very, very neat. Which actually in that game, that other save that I was talking about with my buddy, I was playing around with using explosives to dig out our base, and they left little tunnels, kind of, well, not the tunnels, but they left big openings like this, so it was really interesting. If you want to get this same kind of effect, you'll have to work on the actual tunnel connections yourself and whatnot, but it's a pretty good way to dig out large bits of area if you wanted to build in that, but just gotta be kind of careful where you build and how much you blast out and whatnot. Well, it depends on what you're trying to go for with your base, of course. Coming in. There we go. We'll just drop off all that iron. That'll give us a good little bit to start off with once we get our refinery and assembler going, our basic ones. Alright, I'm just gonna head off this way and hopefully not encounter the atmosphere or asteroid field like directly in front of us. That would be kind of a shame. As for now, we're gonna see if we can build the parts we need for... Yeah, it looks like we won't be able to build a refinery. Oh, can we build a refinery? Let me see. 6. Probably not. Not quite. But we can start on it. So we have a... Oh, yeah, I need some plates first. No, this thing has a bunch of... Not what I need. Nope, that's still a ramp. Lots of iron plates to salvage for that. Those ramps have a ton of construction components and interior plates, though. So, yeah, construction components and interior plates. So those are pretty good pieces to cannibalize from, scavenge. There we go. And now we have this little buddy. We can see about making ourselves some. We're gonna need some motors. I know we need some of these, some motors, probably some computers, displays, construction components. Which actually we probably shouldn't build the construction components because, like I said, we can grind down this this ramp. So we need motors and computers. 10 of each of those. That's not too bad. Queued up way too much for one though. Let's not build any of those. Let's try not to waste anything right now. Motors, computers. We're gonna need a bunch of these. And then we'll just grind this down to get the construction components. There we go. Put those in. Almost have enough, but luckily we have plenty of these ramps. It always confused me why these take so many components. I mean, why do you need a construction component for a ramp? So many of them. Always confused me. Motors and steel plates. Need a lot of steel plates. That's what our bottleneck is probably going to be. Oh, wait. Come on. There we go. Those. We need 120 steel plates. I have... I don't know if I queued up 100, but I'll keep a few more. And let's... Still heading that direction. I don't see any new asteroids spawned in. I guess maybe that one. Missed it, but that's fine. So I'll just be, is this... Oh, this is a, engine. I thought it was an ore detector for a moment. I know this thing doesn't have one, or at least I thought it didn't, so it kind of surprised me when I thought I saw the ore detector on it. Got our gyroscope on it. After we get our refiner, if it can refine the uranium, we can possibly get a reactor part on it, although we probably need a full-size assembler for that, so probably not, now that I think about it. But yeah, we're just going to drift around, along here until we can either run into a new asteroid to explore or reach the station. So I'll go ahead and put a pause here so you don't have to just sit here with me for 120 kilometers. And I'll bring you back when something happens. I'll see y'all then. Hey guys, welcome back. We're coming up on an asteroid, kind of. It's a little bit out of the way, but that's probably a good thing to adjust our course so we don't accidentally enter the Earth's gravitational field there. Pretty sure that's Earth. Yeah, that was looking more Earth-like than when we started. So we're just gonna head over to that, check it out real quick, and then head over to the space station. You can see we haven't made too much progress, about 10 kilometers, so we're slowly getting there, but it's not too bad. I've definitely had to fly farther in a spacesuit, which took a very long time. It was not fun, so at least we have this nice ship to be in and explore, and we can kind of build off it while we're flying around, you know, 100 kilometers. Can't believe we've already come 50 kilometers. It does not feel like it's been that long. Let's go check out this guy real quick, and hopefully it has some materials for us. Although we're still a little bit far out for my liking to where I would like to build a space station, so If it doesn't have any materials, then that's not really a big deal. And honestly, if we don't start finding like really good materials, like maybe some platinum or something uncommon, or maybe even cobalt. Cobalt would be a good find right now. Then we probably won't worry about scouting out all of these all of these asteroids, just because we're most likely not going to be anywhere near these when we start our base. So we're probably, hopefully, be able to find some mineral rich asteroids closer to where we'll actually have our base. So we won't be really coming back to these for any reason, since they'll be so far out. At least hopefully, relative to where we'll be able to find other ores and stuff. Of course, that's idealistic thinking. Still gonna mark the ones that we do find, just in case we don't find anything close by and we actually do have to make mining trips way out here, which would be unfortunate. Which, if that's the case, I mean, for the simple ones like nickel and silicon and iron, if we don't find those nearby, we'll just mine the stone straight out of the asteroids and refine them down like that. That's not a huge deal. It's not ideal by any means, but it's not a huge deal. Of course, for the other ones like magnesium or platinum, silver, gold, we're gonna have to find a source of those. So hopefully we can find that close by. The coloration on these asteroids is really weird. I was saying earlier, the coloration on the uranium, I've not seen uranium ore in a very, very long time, and it used to be, from what I remember long ago, it used to be like really black, dark ore. Looks a lot like what I believe the silicon looks like now. So it's odd to see it in that kind of yellowish tint, hue, color. And honestly, I don't know what color silicon is, like, actually, like, raw. But, like, I don't know. I always, like, imagine green, kind of like, PCB boards and whatnot, but surely that's not the actual color. I don't know. Didn't see anything on this asteroid, though, so we're just gonna keep on moving on. Actually, I should probably mine some stone from it so we can make some more plates. Yep, because we're out of stone. So let me just go weld this up real quick and go mine some more stone so we can finish up the refinery. This will be a huge boost, because then we can actually refine the iron that we have, and that'll give us a bunch of iron ingots, obviously. We'll be able to actually build this stuff better instead of, refining down this stone. Although it'll still be very important to get stone, because we don't have a silicon or nickel source. All we can do is get those stones. Still important to have. Although not nearly as important as iron is right now. Iron is basically the backbone of everything we build. Let's get all this stuff floating. There we go. Okay, that should be not full, but okay. Sorry, I freaked out a little bit there. We're not full, but we have enough for now to, get started. Okay. These mag boots and stuff really they take some getting used to. Stone. Oh, there we go. Oh, right. I was wondering, why is there iron in our survival kit? But I forgot it acts as a assembler and refinery, so both ingots and ore go inside of it. Alright, so let's get ourselves back on track, on course, for the station. Here. I'll probably just start making a beeline for it now, unless we need more stone to make the refinery. Or I hope that didn't throw my course off too much. Unless we need more stone to make the plates or whatever else we need for the refinery. Let's go ahead and make some plates for now. Still don't quite have enough, but we still have some stone to refine down, so hopefully we'll be able to actually throw that in there too. We'll have a little bit more. Still not enough. Oh yeah, we still need a lot more. That's fine though. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Hopefully that'll get us through and we'll be able to finish up our refinery. And not have to stop too much more before we hit the station, so we can go and start seeing what this new update's all about. Which honestly, actually, there's probably enough iron plates on the ship to get us through. Come on. Just didn't want to do that one. The trick is trying not to destroy the blocks completely, but give as much resources out of them as possible. That should be enough. Where is the top? Wow. Okay, there we are. I was very disoriented there. There we go. Oh wow, and that got all of the skill plates we needed. So it's always a good idea to go and check around your ship and see what kind of resources you have laying around. And I know this assembler takes quite a, or maybe, well yeah, it takes more components, but not a lot of components overall. Let's see what kind of stuff we have. Okay, we don't have any of it. Everything we have on us right now. So we're gonna need more construction components from the ramps. 10 motors, 80 computers is gonna be the kicker. 10 motors and 4 displays. We'll get those just going, queued up so we're ready. 10 motors, 4 displays, and then we needed 80 computers. Yeah, I mean we're not too far off from that, so that's not bad. What are you producing? All the motors are kind of slowly. And then we can go down here. How are we doing here? Another asteroid there, but we'll just skip it on. Continuing on towards the station for now. Nope, didn't want to lock onto that. These mag boots are really nice and really annoying at the same time. So we're okay, put that there for now. There, now we have plenty of parts to make all the stuff we need, I think. Yep. We'll get everything all built up and we'll have that up and running. And then we'll be all set to really get our station going once we find where we want to make it. Of course we need still plates. And now that we have the iron in the actual refinery, I'm sure we have enough. We could build the construction. Yeah, we can build the construction components we need. There's no real point in not. Probably need some more steel plates too, actually. I think we need something like 60 of them. Could be wrong. I'm really bad at holding numbers in my head. Oh no, I was right. 60 steel plates. Oh, not bad, not bad. Okay, we still need the 80 computers, which we're working on slowly but surely. And then we'll get the construction components and steel plates, and we'll be all set. I'm gonna queue up a few more steel plates just because you can never have too many. Do 100. Yep, that'll be good for now. Well, let's continue on our way. We're almost halfway to the station. That's not bad for one episode going 150 kilometers. So I'll go ahead and let this run for a little bit. We'll get a little bit closer, and I'll bring you back if anything interesting or exciting happens. We've gone really far from that unknown signal. That almost looked like it had ice on it, which we could use. We're not desperate for it at the moment, so we're just gonna keep on going, and we might be able to buy ice at the station if we need it. But like I said, we're not terribly desperate. So I'll go ahead and put a pause in right here, so y'all don't have to watch me drift down 80 kilometers towards the station. And I'll bring y'all back if anything exciting happens or once we make it to the station. I'll see y'all then. Hey guys, welcome back. We've made a little bit of progress, but just got the... Okay, I wish it didn't always start with the jetpack on. Got the assembler up there built up, so now we can build some more basic things, not just the survival kit. Which brings up one of the new things we can build, data pad. It's one of the new parts of the update, which we already kind of showed off over here in the... Did I keep it in my inventory? Did not. Put it in here. When we found this data pad in the flight seat, which it's basically like a little text document that you can write in, similar to books in Minecraft. You know, just kind of fun stuff. You can leave little books, and instruction manuals, or whatever to other players on your server. Just fun little role-playing things that you can do, I'm sure. But yeah, you can build them there with a basic assembler. I was hoping that there would be a couple more of the things that they added in with the update that you can build, but just that for now. But I'll definitely be showing that off once we get to them. The health and power packs that you can build. I'm sure you need the full-size assembler for them though, so that's not too bad. But as for now that we got this going, we're going to try to build an ore detector, I think. Can we build an ore detector? Yes, we can. Just so when we come up to asteroids, we can scan them a little bit better. Oh, and then there's one of the other new blocks of the store, which we'll show off a little bit more once we get to the station, because I mean, they already have them built for us, so we're not going to have to build our own or anything just to explore it. We're just going to go ahead and put this guy right down. Actually, you know what? He's going to be right here, kind of tucked away, safe and sound. Oh no, he won't, because those are half blocks. He will not be happy in half blocks. Well, I guess since this is already built up like this, then might as well just put this guy right here. I cannot put it right there. I don't want to put it there. Can't put it on those. I guess we're just going to put it down here underneath. I don't like that. I'm just going to put it right here on the oxygen tank. I don't like it terribly much, but I mean, it is the respawn ship. Like I said, we're not going to be keeping it forever, so let's do it like this for now. Construction components, motors. These are construction components. So we need 2 more motors and 25 computers. 2 motors. Where are the computers? 5. We needed some construction components for sure. And then we needed detector components, I think 20. Let's go check real quick, just make sure we have everything queued up properly. 40 construction components. Almost had it right. Not bad. Kind of proud of that. 10 more. Are we really out of silicon? No, we have plenty. It's just not transferring over. There we go. So I'll get those built up. Should have plenty. The iron ore is just not transferring over properly either. It pulls it as it needs it, and sometimes it's just slower than what it thinks it can do. So it's like, oh no, you just don't have the resources. Hello. As a military escort flying by, space pirates. Very close, but it looks like it's not coming for us, so that's a good thing. It's just on its regular pre-programmed path, and it's not going to bother us if we don't bother it. Which eventually we will bother it, but not right now, because we are definitely not. Prepared to take on a military ship. Not with this, it'll tear us to shreds. Even when we are prepared, it will tear us to shreds. What am I missing? Oh, the detector. I thought I queued up detector components. Oh, I need nickel. have any nickel. We have very little nickel. Okay, well I guess we're gonna have to pull up to an asteroid and mine some more stone before we can get that working. You can go to that one. Oh, we just passed some good ones. I don't really want to backtrack on that. We'll see what comes up, like that one. Go to that one over there. Straight down. There we go. Just course slightly. Where is it? There it is. It's down there. I think. Are we powered off of a battery? I didn't check for sure. I'm sure it's hidden here somewhere. We're definitely gonna have to think about recharging soon. There's a station over there, not too far out. Might actually be closer to the station than the asteroid. But it would be nice to go and mine the stone from this asteroid. We can refine it real quick for the nickel. How much nickel do we need? I need 100 nickel. That might be a little tight. Might have to go to the station to buy the nickel. It'd be nice if we can mine the stone here and get the ore detector going, and that way we can use the ore detector to scan the rest of the asteroid. But once again, that's pretty idealistic. Ideal world would be housework. Or in an ideal world, we would find nickel on this asteroid immediately, in which case we would mine, refine it down, have the nickel, and then we could build the ore detector that will find hopefully more resources. Okay, let's not get hit by that. Okay, I'm not seeing anything immediately popping out at me, so I'm not gonna go crazy scouting this asteroid out. Mine some stone real quick. Hopefully we get enough. I don't. Y'all saw that too, right? There it is. I don't know how that keeps happening. I'm not gonna complain though. Let's see if you can find it again. There it is. 50. I'm gonna get a little bit closer than 50, but it looks like that might be as close as we get to it. That is like the luckiest I've ever been. First we start off on an asteroid. First thing we find is uranium right off the bat. Then here, when we're looking for nickel, we find it I don't know, that's exactly what we need to speed us along just a bit. Instead of having to sit here and find down all that stone, which we would probably take a few trips to do, because I was just about to say, I don't know what the ratio of stone to all the other resources are, so I don't know how much it would take compared to nickel. I like seeing all the different colors of the ores. They are very interesting. Like this, I like the shininess of it. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we made it to the station. I almost overshot it. I wasn't paying attention, and then I panicked a little bit, but that's fine. Let's try to get a good view of this coming in. See, here's the new stations, and they have this little bubble shield around them, which is also part of the update. And it's actually a part that you can put down in the game yourself. You can put these little bubble shields around your own stations, and they'll do different things. You can either like whitelist or blacklist people from even entering the shields, and you can set them so you see we've entered a safe zone. They're not really shields per se, they're zones or safe zones. So you can set it so like other players can't even fire weapons within them, or like I said, you can whitelist or blacklist people, so they'll just bounce off the shield if they try to enter and they're not allowed. This looks like it's possibly a shipyard. Well, I feel like that probably comes off really dumb, but the different stations, they have different purposes. They can be shipyards, they can be like mining facilities where you can buy ores, they can be like bounty offices, like they have different kind of purposes, so they're not all the same, they don't all sell the same thing. Let's see, DVCS, what faction is that? And it's kind of faction dependent too. These are the Divine Constructors, so these, yeah, it's probably a shipyard where you can buy some ships, which will be pretty neat. But as saying, these zones, they can whitelist, blacklist people. You can have them set, so you can't even shoot in the safe zone because it's disabled, so you can't do damage to the blocks. You can have it set so you can't grind it down either. I'm pretty sure you can't build in them. Yep, I can't even select the blocks to build, so it's pretty neat. And like I said, you can build these little safe zone generators yourself, so you can build a base and have them protected. We'll get to this ATM in just one moment. But these safe zones are very expensive to maintain. You need to build a pretty sizable generator, safe zone. It's pretty big to build. And zone chips, and they run off. I think they run off those zone chips. One zone chip or whatever the currency or fuel that they run off. It'll buy you an hour of having this up and running. So I believe you have to actually buy those at stations too, so you have to have an active trade going along. You can't just build them yourselves and keep it running forever. You have to go and trade and develop your own factions, like economy within the server. So this update, it works really well with large groups of other players on servers and whatnot. So if you have friends and you play with them, this is probably a really good update for you. Not entirely sure how it'll work for single player, but like it still adds some very nice features, and I'm sure you can still have a ton of fun with it on single player, as we'll find out once through this series. And I feel kind of dumb, but it just now occurred to me that there's gravity on this station, even though I've been walking around. So that happened. Yeah, that's a nice station. What is that? Oh, that's probably one of the new blocks that we'll talk about in just a moment. I'm sorry, I'm exploring for just a moment. Like this is my first time seeing one of the stations, so just kind of giving myself a little explore. I kind of know more or less what they're about, what they vaguely look like, but I have not had a chance to actually explore one myself, so this is new to me. And then here's ATM. Oops. Access denied. I can't access the ATM? That's kind of lame. As you can see, part of the update, you have space bucks or space credits now. So that's your money system. You can use it to buy from these stores or trade things with other players, which I can't, I unfortunately cannot show off because this is a single player server. Or at least it's just me on it right now. Be neat if they had a depressurization system on these. But it should pressurize now. There it goes. So we're gonna go ahead and just take off our helmet. I have this nice little decorative block here. So that's kind of neat. See the armory block. Of course I don't have access to it because it's not mine. That's an interesting way to do that. Interesting design. Have little pillars. I'm gonna close that door for them. And here's another one of the new blocks. This is the store. As I said, you can use it to buy, you can buy ships, you can buy, well, here's the shipyard, so it's gonna be ships. Ion tug ship, which is pretty neat. Of course, starting out, I only have my 10,000, so I don't have nearly enough to buy a ship, as you can tell. Price per unit, why is it red? I wonder if that means it's a high price. Oh no, it's a discounted price. Interesting. So these are those power kits that I was kind of talking about that I wanted to buy. Um, okay, I guess I already bought cash back. I guess you can cash back. Interesting. Alright, so I'm just gonna buy one of those real quick, just to kind of show it off. It's a pretty neat little thing. It's basically pretty sure there's mods for it, but it's basically like your O2 or hydrogen tanks. It's wow, I keep on hitting the wrong button. It's a mobile power kit, so when you're running low on power, this thing will just be a consumable and recharge your suit, so you don't have to constantly run back to your ship or to like a base to recharge. You can stay out and do missions for longer. This is neat. You have a little kitchen going on here, a little restaurant, bar, relax, sit down, have some fun. Using premium content. This is probably part of the decorative block set that you can buy. Along with the update, they released a DLC, which is all decorative blocks, which is probably these chairs, tables, the kitchen. I think they released a vending machine too, which is kind of neat. It's kind of like the store, but it's got like pre-programmed things you can purchase, and you hit little buttons and it'll purchase like that. It's pretty neat. And the toilet. This is another DLC. It's kind of neat. I don't think that was a part of the new one though. That's a separate DLC that was released before. Yep, that's the door to the kitchen. Before we go and explore the station more, we'll check out the contracts here. You can see there's different types of contracts. There's these search contracts, which let's see, container got lost, and so we're basically gonna go and search an area for a container and return it to the station. Duration, max GPS deviation. So that's pretty neat. It's a good way to earn some money. Gives you a little something to do in the game other than just build. So it's a fun little thing. It helps you keep interest in the game, make some money, buy some ships, and still mess around, as well as upkeep your own station. You have these escort ones where I assume you're gonna fly, so like a military escort with a cargo ship, and they'll send drones or something at you. You'll have to defend the ship. A repair contract. Assume you're gonna go down to like one of the Mayday signals and just repair some components so that they can get back up and moving. That's pretty neat. Acquisition contracts, you basically just bring them the construction components and they'll pay you for it, which is probably what a lot of early game contracts will be, either the search ones or these acquisition ones. The repair and escort ones will probably be a little bit later in the game when you have more of a base and supply network set up. They also have these hauling contracts, so you can link up to the station, load up some cargo, and haul it to another base. As you can see though, it is a very long hauls, 25 kilometers, and they can be even farther than that, so that's a little bit later in the game as well. It doesn't really say what you're hauling, so I don't know if there's like a cargo parameter that you have to have so much cargo room, or if it's just like one like block that they have specifically, like a cargo block that you just have to take. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but that's a lot of money, so it'd be interesting to look into. Let's see, 1.2 million, but the payment. Okay, what was I looking at then? I was looking at the other one. Oh, this one's a lot closer. I kind of want to accept it. Fail reputation. And see what happens. By accepting this contract, you are bound to fulfill all conditions of the contract in a timely manner. Failing to do so will lead to negative feedback and loss of assets. Okay, I'll take that. I don't know why I couldn't take that. No one else should have accepted it, because I'm the only one here. But the whole list refreshed, so maybe it's just I might have hit the wrong button, refresh the list, and I don't know. I've heard that the new update is a little bit buggy, and they did release a hot fix to fix some of the bugginess, but they're still working on it, of course. So of course, just give them some time to get all the bugs worked out. They couldn't get everything with just the two test patches that they did, the test weekends that they did, which is fair. That's reasonable. They're working on it. And especially now everyone's playing, there's a lot more feedback that can come in. This is an interesting block. Oh, this is a programmer block, I'm sure. Just climb up the ladder. Should just use the jetpack. But this is fine. Let's see what's up here. Oh, it looks like that's the cockpit, the command center of the station. It's pretty neat. I'm not gonna, well, actually I can't even grind my way in there because this is a protected zone, so as you can see, it's a faction system. You have reputation with the different factions, so the higher your reputation goes, you can get access to different stations. Some of them have reputation requirements, so, and mission requirements, I believe, have reputation requirements as well. So it's good to increase your reputation, not decrease it, obviously. And you can also get reputation with the space pirates now, as well as lose it. So if you want to join them and do stuff, that's another neat thing that you could probably do. Mike, hello. Might explore that a little bit in this gameplay. Maybe be a space pirate instead of helping out the regular factions. But yeah, this has been the first look at the some of the big parts of the economy update. So I'm excited to see what it all brings and how it all works together and how we will fit ourselves into this new mix. I probably could have docked my ship a little bit better. Might even put a docking port so we can actually physically dock to these stations. But yeah. In the next episode... Was I flying? I didn't mean to be flying. I meant to jump. Why am I... Where'd the gravity go? That's weird. How did... Okay, so there's no gravity here. Interesting. Oh, that's weird. Interesting. Which just has to do with how the gravity generator is set up, obviously. But yeah, we'll see in the next episode how we're gonna fit ourselves into this new mix and where we'll align ourselves and probably set up a base somewhere near-ish by so we can make some money off of the station. Maybe buy a mining ship from them and experiment with how all that works. But that'll all be in the next episodes or episodes to come. So hope y'all